Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Alterego. Moi drodzy, w poprzednim odcineczku byliśmy w posiadłości Madame Louise. Udało nam się wypożyczyć psa, który tak naprawdę doprowadził nas do tropu. Udało nam się udaremnić zwłoki doktora. Niestety w dalszym ciągu nie mamy zielonego pojęcia, co się stało z ciałem Sir Williamsa, dlatego śledztwo ciągle trwa i musimy je poprowadzić dalej. Mamy tutaj też psa Sira Williamsa, który doprowadził nas... Poczekajcie, bo mamy tutaj jakiś punkt interaktywny. Mamy łańcuch.
What's this?
O!
What's the dog barking at? If not at the canal, then maybe at this chain.
Czyżbyśmy znaleźli jakąś nową poszlakę? Wybierzmy zatem lupę.
What's this? I almost overlooked it. Without that dog, I'd never have noticed it.
Coś udało nam się zabrać do ekwipunku. Mamy prawdopodobnie kolejny kawałek materiału. Druga próbka materiału.
Maybe I could compare it with the one I already have.
No dobra, ale zapewne w tym celu będziemy musieli udać się do swojego biura i skorzystać z mikroskopu. Ale serio, gdybym nie kliknął teraz na ten łańcuch, to bym w ogóle nie wiedział, że coś tutaj leży. Spróbuję porozmawiać z sierżantem Carterem.
I'll come back when I need something.
Brak nowych opcji dialogowych. Zatem wróćmy się z powrotem do księdza i może z nim uda się zamienić słówko.
Do you still wish to tell me something?
Yes.
You saw something that night, am I correct?
No, but I heard something. There was a fight. Someone was screaming.
Do you know who it was? Your grave digger?
I do not know, really. I've been trying to forget. I was mad with fear. I closed the door and blocked my ears. I prayed out loud to deafen the rampage outside.
Is this all you wanted to tell me?
No. Earlier on, at the funeral, I saw something. Perhaps it is not important, but Dr. Stewart surely argued with Lady Miriam. He strongly demanded something, but she obviously refused.
Do you know what the subject of the argument was? Did you overhear any words?
I had the impression he wanted to look into the coffin, but the lady refused. Yes, it might have been so. Now that I know that Sir William... It must have been so.
So you think he wanted to make sure that Sir William is truly dead?
Yes, it makes sense.
That explains why Dr. Stewart did not come home after the funeral. He stayed somewhere near the cemetery and waited until everybody left. His conscience troubled him, and he obviously paid for it.
Czyli wychodzi na to, że ktoś ewidentnie nie chciał poznać prawdy z tym, że Sir Williams żyje. Lady Louise nie pozwoliła doktorowi zajrzeć do trumny, czyli Lady Louise prawdopodobnie coś ukrywa. Tutaj mamy miejsce, gdzie udało nam się znaleźć zwłoki grabarza, ale z tego co pamiętam jest tutaj odcisk buta. My potrzebujemy wody. Mamy gips w ekwipunku.
I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile.
Potrzebujemy wody, żeby zrobić odlew. Tutaj mamy studnię. Niestety ta studnia nie jest interaktywna. Z tego co widziałem, to na cmentarzu nie ma żadnej innej studni, ale jedyną wodę, którą ja widziałem, to ona znajduje się przy zwłokach. W sensie tam możemy zejść po tych schodach na dół. Mamy wodę.
I should have found that poor man earlier. Blasted journalist.
I teraz moje pytanie brzmi, czy ja mam coś, do czego tą wodę będę mógł nabrać? Przydałoby mi się jakieś pudełko albo wiaderko. No bo bezpośrednio gipsu na tym użyć się nie da, nie? Z drugiej strony mam pustą skrzyneczkę. O! A skoro mam pustą skrzyneczkę wypełnioną wodą, to spróbuję dodać do tego gipsu.
Mixing it is as easy as a child's game.
Mamy mieszankę gipsu. A skoro mamy już takie coś w ekwipunku, wróćmy się zatem na cmentarz i spróbujmy zdjąć odcisk buta. Chociaż z drugiej strony tak naprawdę nie mam do czego porównać ten odcisk buta. To nie jest Sherlock Holmes, że ma dostęp do bazy danych.
I have to wait a few minutes. There's nothing I can do until I find the matching shoe.
No właśnie, potrzebujemy znaleźć buta, żeby móc go porównać z tym odlewem. Ale na tą chwilę nigdzie buta nie znaleźliśmy. Dobra, plan jest taki. Cofnijmy się zatem na posterunek policji, zobaczmy co tam możemy zrobić, a potem udamy się do domu Lady Williams. Brak nowych opcji dialogowych. No bo tak, w archiwum byliśmy i z archiwum wyjęliśmy... tak naprawdę, no co my tam wyjęliśmy, już nie pamiętam. Chyba ten gips. Mogę się cofnąć do swojego biura, ale czy ma to jakiś sens?
There's no need to bother anyone yet.
No właśnie, na tą chwilę nikomu nie mogę przeszkadzać. Czyli wychodzi na to, że jednak muszę udać się do domu Lady Louise. Dziwne, że drzwi na podwórko zostały tak po prostu otwarte. Tutaj mamy pokojówkę. W sumie to my powinniśmy jej oddać psa, nie? Jak Lady Louise się zorientuje, że kundel zniknął, oj, to nie będzie chciała z nami współpracować. W sumie i tak już z nami nie chce współpracować. Ogłoś śmierć doktora.
Tell Lady Miriam that Mr. Stewart's body was found. I think she'll be familiar with the name.
Oh my goodness, isn't it over yet?
Far from it.
I'll tell her right away.
If this doesn't get that old lady to pick up the phone, then nothing will.
W sumie byłem na posterunku policji, chciałem sprawdzić pod mikroskopem ten kawałek materiału i zapomniałem. Ale to nic, za chwilę się tam wrócimy.
Milady will call you in a minute. Your news upset her very much.
I do apologize.
Na pewno bardzo ją zmartwiły. Obstawiam, że to ona zleciła zabicie doktora.
Yes, madam, I'm listening very carefully. I don't want to violate your privacy, madam, but you surely understand that the circumstances under which your grandson's body disappeared are very serious. Exactly. Mr. Stewart, your family doctor, is dead. When was the last time you saw him? And did you talk to him? I have a witness to your argument. Did he ask you for another examination of Sir William's body? It wasn't nonsense, as you think, Lady Lewis. I found evidence that Sir William, your grandson, still lived. Actually, he was buried alive. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you that. Madam? Lady Lewis, are you all right? Miss, hurry to your lady. Take her a glass of water or something stronger.
Oh my goodness, Lady Miriam!
Lady Lewis? Thank God. Are you all right? I sent the maid to you. I'm terribly sorry, but all the evidence seems to make clear what happened that night, when your grandson was buried. I can't explain why your doctor first claimed Sir William was dead, and then it seems changed his mind. But it's a fact that your grandson was not dead. I'll spare you all the details, dear lady, but please consider my advice. I'd like one of my best guards to stay here. He will protect you and intervene if necessary. I understand you don't wish it, but there is a chance Sir William is alive and that he will come back home. No, of course I'm not going to hunt him. He suffered from a terrible shock, and he'll need medical assistance. But at the same time, I can't rule out the possibility he'll be aggressive. 2 people died, madam. All right, this is your decision, and I'm inclined to respect it. But I have to warn you, if Sir William returns home, immediately inform the police. Good day. Her reaction was convincing. Pity I had to tell it to her in such a way. But I needed to make sure she has nothing to do with the case.
No dobra, i teraz moje pytanie brzmi. Czy Lady Louise mówiła prawdę, czy jednak kłamała? Czy ona jest w jakiś sposób powiązana z tą sprawą, czy jednak nie jest tego świadoma? Na tą chwilę jeszcze nic nie wiemy tak naprawdę.
Bit by bit, Sir William was selling his property. No wonder he could. Fortunately, he recorded. She has nothing to do with the case. I'm sorry I caused her so much trouble. I'm crossing her off the list.
Czyli tak, Lady Miriam Louise jest wykreślona. Ojciec Malkey jest wykluczony. Dziennikarz N. Forrest w dalszym ciągu jest podejrzanym. I mamy też nieznanego palacza. No właśnie, byśmy musieli się dowiedzieć coś więcej na temat tych papierosów. Ale tak, z pokojówką na tą chwilę porozmawiać nie mogę, z Lady Miriam również. Dlatego plan jest taki, żebyśmy faktycznie cofnęli się na posterunek policji i zbadali ten skrawek materiału, który udało nam się zdobyć nad rzeką. Chciałem to zrobić wcześniej, ale zapomniałem. W sensie, poszedłem do swojego biura, ale miałem jakiegoś takiego mindfucka, po co ja tam w ogóle poszedłem?
I don't know much about it, but it seems like a high-quality material.
Czyli obstawiam, że to nie będzie ten sam materiał, który znaleźliśmy wcześniej.
When I see them together, they seem to be identical. But such an examination isn't enough.
Okej.
Identical samples. But that means that whoever was bitten by the gravedigger's dog was able to get away and must have fled via the canal. It would be helpful to know where he had his clothes made. If it was Sir William, I'd have to find his tailor. I hope it won't be too difficult.
Czyli jednak to są te same skrawki materiału. Osoba, która została pogryziona przez psa, również zostawiła kawałek materiału koło łańcucha. Brak nowych opcji dialogowych. Jak ja mam się dowiedzieć, kto był krawcem Sir Williamsa? Mogę się dowiedzieć tego prawdopodobnie od Lady Louise, o ile w ogóle będzie to wiedziała.
As the maid said, this is only a home line. I can't...
Czyli jednak się od niej tego nie dowiem. Dobra. To w dalszym ciągu jestem w kropce, bo nie mam zielonego pojęcia, co robić teraz. Ale wiecie co? Udamy się na cmentarz. Bo skoro na posterunku policji nic się zrobić nie da, ani w domu posiadłości Louisów, to być może na cmentarzu się czegoś dowiem.
I'll come back when I...
Odcisk buta kolejny.
I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile.
Dobra, mamy mieszankę gipsu.
There's too much dirt in there. I can't do it now.
Aha. Czy ja mam jeszcze gdzieś pędzelek? Mam.
It should be enough. I have to wait a few minutes.
Jestem ciekaw, czy to będzie ten sam odcisk buta, który znaleźliśmy przy grabarzu. Ale z drugiej strony, co mi to da?
The two imprints are from different shoes.
Czyli było tutaj więcej osób niż jedna.
He told me everything he knew.
Pokazuj, jakiego masz buta.
No, I'm sure it wasn't his shoes which left the imprint in front of the church.
No,
He told
no dobra. Mamy dziennik Sir Williamsa. Może tutaj dowiemy się coś więcej na temat tych skrawków materiału.
What about the tailor's workshop? Yes, here it is. The workshop on Wilson Street. Only expensive items. So let's have a look there.
No i świetnie, mamy prawdopodobnie nową lokację na mapie. Na ulicy Wilsona. Kosz na śmieci.
Strange. Somebody threw away today's newspaper with the article about the disappearance of Sir William's body. I bet this somebody is now standing at the fountain trying to calm down.
Mamy tutaj mistrza krawieckiego. No dobra, spróbuję z nim porozmawiać. Dowiedz się, co go wystraszyło.
Excuse me, is this Wilson Street? I'm looking for a tailor's shop on Wilson Street.
You are standing right in it, sir.
Briscoe. Detective Briscoe.
Ah, how can I help you, sir?
Forgive me, but you look as though you've seen death himself.
No. Why? Not at all. I'm just in the shop all day long. Just needed a break, that's all.
I can understand that. A man needs to relax.
Exactly.
To sit down for a while, put one's feet up.
Yes, yes,
Have a cigarette and maybe read the papers.
yes. Oh, everybody has that right. Do you want to arrest me for having a break?
No, of course not.
So would you do me a favor and don't ask me such rubbish?
Przypomnij mu o artykule z gazety.
I found your papers. Do you always throw them out like this?
Is that a crime?
No, but I think the article about Sir William scared you.
Are you surprised? Well, I'll tell you something. This morning, I found the shop door open. Nothing was missing, so I forgot it. But then I read the article and put two and two together. You get it?
Do you think it was Sir William? Why would he bother? He's dead.
I'm not so sure.
Perhaps you just forgot to lock the door.
No, I locked myself out once, so since then I always have a spare key. I can tell you because you are from the police. I have a nice hiding place by the fountain, see? Nobody has touched that key.
It doesn't prove anything. Someone might have found the hiding place.
Out of the question. Like I said, it must have been him. So I don't feel like laughing at all.
I can call my people in here if you want.
No, don't worry about it. You already have enough trouble.
The man is hiding something. He's obviously afraid of something. I bet he didn't tell me even half of what he knows. Otherwise, he'd at least consider my proposal.
No w jakiś sposób będziemy musieli wyciągnąć od niego informacje. Może jakiś delikatny szantaż albo coś.
It's locked. A respectable tailor's workshop. This is where Sir William's suits were made.
No dobra. Jestem ciekaw, czy będzie wiedział coś na temat tego materiału. W sensie, no na pewno będzie wiedział. Ale czy powie mi prawdę?
I'd like to show you something. Where is it? Here. Have a look at this.
Are you testing me, sir? It's Indian silk. Top quality. Very expensive.
Both samples?
You have my word.
So, is it possible they both come from one suit?
No, not from a suit. Rather from silk scarves. Now, the ladies' scarves are popular, but we are the only tailors that make them for gentlemen, too. I've already had several orders, all high society.
Can you give me names?
Of course not. Unless you ask about a specific person. Confidentiality comes first. And one more thing. You probably can't tell, but one sample has a lighter shade. Here, see? My expert eye tells me that it comes from 2 different pieces of cloth.
Strange. I hadn't noticed. Have you been making something for Sir William Lewis?
From the Indian silk? Certainly, but no details, you understand. Confidentiality, you know.
You can say it now, or later at the station. Your choice.
All right. He was the first customer who bought the highest quality men's scarf. He was very satisfied with it. He ordered 2 more.
How do you wear such a thing?
Around your neck, of course. How you tie it is entirely up to you.
Would it be possible to pull it over your nose to cover up half of your face?
Of course, but before you ask, I have no idea how Sir William wore it.
Thank you. That should be sufficient for now.
Ale czy te apaczki faktycznie należały do Sir Williamsa? Tego się dowiemy pewnie w dalszej rozgrywce. Dobra, widzę, że z krawcem już na wszystkie tematy porozmawialiśmy, aczkolwiek chciałbym jeszcze sprawdzić, jakie ma buty. O, nie mogę na nim porównać odcisków? A to ciekawe. Jest to bardzo interesujące.
A detective. You'll like this.
O,
What happened, officer?
The patrol you sent for that journalist is back.
Do they have him?
They don't, unfortunately.
Well, let me know when they do.
Wouldn't his printer be enough for now? He's in custody.
It's not a bad idea. What has he done?
He's been arrested because he refused to open the door to the detective so the journalist could escape.
What a fool. Where can I talk to him?
Go down the corridor and then turn right. If you don't mind, he's sharing the cell with another suspect. We're a bit crowded right now.
It doesn't matter. So straight ahead, then right. Thank you.
czyli będziemy mogli przesłuchać drukarza. Dobra, mówił, że... O, zamknięta skrzynia. W dalszym ciągu nie wiemy, jak ją otworzyć. Ale mówił, że musimy udać się... Czekajcie, bo tutaj mamy archiwum. Tutaj stąd możemy wyjść. A tutaj idziemy do biura. Aha, do celi więziennej. Mamy więźnia i mamy drukarza. A czy z więźniem też będę mógł zamienić słowo?
I've nothing to tell him.
No właśnie.
I have no idea who he is and I don't care at all.
A my wiemy, kto to jest, nie? Przecież to jest Timothy. Przesłuchaj podejrzanego.
Detective Briscoe, do you know a man called Nathaniel Forrest? I should. I work for him. I have several questions for you. If you answer them, you can go home.
Ask away.
Something simple first. Where is he?
Who?
Don't play dumb with me.
Ah, you mean Nate. Well, I have no idea.
Do you know anything at all?
I'm just a print worker, sir. What I know you can read in the papers. That's all.
Just as you like. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Sometimes I regret that the police stopped using thumb screws.
No ja myślę, że takie tortury by tutaj mogły poskutkować, aczkolwiek nie jestem za tego typu rozwiązaniami. Dowiedz się o źródle informacji.
I want to know about the last issue, the leading article. Who is your source?
Detective, I'm just a print worker. I do what I'm told.
Do you know that I could send you to prison for 2 years? The judge wouldn't even blink.
Why would you? There are plenty of printers. The papers would be pressed elsewhere.
We'll see. You'll be an example. You'll be punished in everyone else's place, especially the ink spiller.
That's not fair.
Consider it recompense for all the rubbish you've printed.
Whatever you say. I don't know nothing, see?
A stubborn donkey.
Dowiedz się więcej o dziennikarzu.
How long have you been working for the Courier?
For several years, I guess.
So you and Mr. Forrest are friends?
Guess so.
Tell me, what sort of a man is he? He seems to be quite insane.
Oh, no. He knows exactly what he's doing. Pretty smart. That's why he did what he did.
Does he really believe what he has been writing? About Sir William?
I guess so.
Do you talk about it?
Yeah, but only technical details.
You're not being very helpful.
Sorry, Detective. I've told you as much as I know.
I think he's just playing with me. He takes me for a fool, but I won't swallow the bait.
Odkryj tajemnicę kąta ujęcia.
Maybe you know I met Mr. Forrest yesterday morning at the cemetery. He was in such a hurry that he forgot his camera.
That's nothing unusual.
Do you know what surprised me? The photographs in the papers do not match the angle of the camera position. Strange, isn't it?
So he took more shots. That's normal. It's a matter of light and so on.
No, he didn't have that much time. I'm sure he managed 1 shot at the most.
So what's your version of the story? If you're waiting for me to tell you, I don't know.
That's not necessary. There's only one possible explanation. He was there first, and then he put on a little show to make a fool out of me.
That's not how it went.
How did it go then? Isn't it true that the only thing that sells your papers are recent, mysterious murders? What would Mr. Forrest be capable of doing just to keep the public's attention? What about killing somebody and then framing Sir William? But when Sir William died, the golden age ended. He must have taken the body away to create another filthy story, claiming he was still alive and murdering.
You're insane.
The gravedigger probably troubled him, so he took care of him. But he saved the best for last. The journalist must have had a trusted accomplice. He would never have done it alone. Your silence proves how faithful you are. It's clear that only you can be the accomplice. Confess. How many murders are you responsible for?
None. That's just rubbish. Oh my God, I haven't killed anybody.
It doesn't matter anymore. The prosecution will have a different opinion. Think about it. I think I hit the bullseye. He seems to be pondering something. I think this is a good sign.
Odejdź. Czyli tak naprawdę niczego się od niego nie dowiedzieliśmy. Ale też nie możemy porównać odcisków butów. A szkoda, bo on i Timothy byli na cmentarzu. Odejdź. I obstawiam, że do nikogo też nie będę mógł zadzwonić.
There's no need to bother anyone.
No właśnie, chociaż z drugiej strony jakieś tam postępy w śledztwie przeprowadziliśmy.
Maybe I could visit the print worker. See if he has changed his mind. He's had enough time for that.
O, już tak szybko mogę do niego wrócić?
Detective, do you have a minute? You just won't believe this. The printer wants to talk to you.
Did he say why?
No, but he seems willing to confess.
I'll see him right away, thank you.
No dobra, szybko to poszło. Wysłuchaj wyznania.
Did you want to talk to me?
Yes, I want to tell you everything I know.
Really? What changed your mind?
You can judge us, but we're just keeping the public informed of events. We ain't no murderers.
Go on.
Back then, Nate really was at the cemetery before you. Someone had sent him a message early that morning. Probably one of his informants. He has them all over the place.
Let's say that is so. When I appeared, he had to act as if he were taking photographs, so I wouldn't suspect how the photographs made it into the papers.
Exactly.
Who is his informant? I have to check this.
You ask him. Just before the patrol came, he got another message.
What a coincidence, right? Where did he go then?
Wilson Street. Some tailor's shop or something.
For goodness sake, you nitwit, what kind of game are you playing? I was there today and spoke to the tailor. He was all right.
If you say so. I'm just telling you what Nate told me. The tailor's shop on the corner of Wilson Street. You do with it whatever you please.
Why would the journalist be interested in the tailor? What's going on here?
Warto to sprawdzić i udać się ponownie na ulicę Wilsona. Dziennikarz Enforez został wykreślony.
A witness or a criminal? That's the question. He was a promising candidate, but also a leech, living off other people's misfortune. I'm crossing him off the list. The journalist got a tip-off about the tailor's workshop. I have to follow him, quickly. Without correct questions.
Czyli nie pozostaje nam nic innego, jak udać się ponownie do sklepu krawieckiego. A co jeżeli faktycznie krawiec nie będzie żył? Ktoś tam stoi za tymi morderstwami, a dziennikarz po prostu łyka informacje i to wszystko później opisuje?
The master key should be somewhere here, if the tailor didn't lie. He didn't. Here it is.
Mamy klucz, czyli będziemy mogli teoretycznie włamać się do środka. Ale z drugiej strony my jako detektyw, czy nam wypada tam wchodzić? Z jednej strony jest to wbrew prawu, ale z drugiej strony, jeżeli mamy dowiedzieć się jakichś cennych informacji, potrzebnych do rozwiązania śledztwa, to czemu nie?
I don't know what to expect. Another victim? Or the journalist laughing at me? I'll find it out immediately. I just have to be careful.
I didn't get it at first, but now I know that something's going on outside. Why else would they put two people into a cell with only one bed? I think I know what's coming next. A close questioning, quick trial, and a speedy ride to the clink. When the detective came, I thought he came because of me, but I was wrong. He squeezed the poor wretch so much that he almost shit his pants. I bet he's never been in prison before. Maybe I could get some information from him too. I'd really like to know what's going on here. My arse hurts after the long hours of sitting. Anything would be better than this endless waiting.
Dobra, może będziemy mogli zbiec z więzienia niczym wskazanym na śmierć. Mamy tutaj różne elementy, więzienną toaletę, jakąś rurę, okno, drzwi, ale w pierwszej kolejności chcę porozmawiać z więźniem.
Hey pal, what did you do that there's such interest in you? I robbed a house, almost killed an old man, and nobody gives a damn about me.
Mind your own business. I won't be staying long.
Yeah, everybody thinks that, but they mostly end up in the clink.
You know nothing. I just print the papers, that's all. So let me be.
I see you're a working man. Sorry I disturbed you, printer. Under questioning, he didn't tell everything immediately. As they imprisoned him, he tried to look like the tough guy. But it seems he already realized where he is. I guess he's pretty scared.
Dobra, na tą chwilę nie będziemy go bardziej stresować. Niech sobie tutaj troszeczkę odpocznie.
My arse hurts. I have to do a bit of moving. I really don't understand why there's only one pallet for the two of us.
Żebyście mogli spać razem i było wam cieplej, kiedy przytulicie się do siebie. Jak sami możecie zauważyć, wszystkie elementy z mojego ekwipunku zostały mi skonfiskowane.
Officer, when will we get something to eat?
Stop your noise.
We're not making noise, we're hungry.
You have to wait.
So do you happen to have something to read at least, to kill the time?
Where do you think you are? This is a prison. You should get used to it.
Officer, I'm innocent. I'll be released tomorrow, for sure. And I can't bear being in a place like this.
All right, here you are. But keep quiet, otherwise I'll clamp down on you.
Thank you.
Dostaliśmy jakieś czasopismo.
The lock is on the other side, so escape through the door is impossible.
No okej.
Nice view, but I'm already pretty bored with it. Pity I don't have a file with me.
Ale mamy za to dostęp do strej taśmy. Ale w ogóle nie ma tutaj żadnego parawanu ani nic takiego. A kibel to jest tak naprawdę dziura w podłodze. Jak my mamy tutaj się opróżniać, kiedy więzień siedzi praktycznie naprzeciwko?
I don't need it right now. What luxury. Once they sent me to a normal prison, I'll have to get by on a bucket.
No lepiej na wiadrze niż do rury.
Maybe I could pull them out of the wall and make a gun. You never know what might happen in prison. Maybe I could pull them out.
Dobra, widzę, że rura w dalszym ciągu jest interaktywna.
They're old, but it doesn't matter. What? Brutal murder. What are the police concealing about Mad William's funeral? Why was the tomb door broken? What kind of a beast would tear the gravedigger's body? Damn. It was at the same cemetery where I met Brian.
Może tą gazetę na czymś będę mógł tutaj użyć.
You said you're a newspaper print worker, and I happen to have this copy of the local rag. There's a really interesting article here.
You can read?
Look, am I right or not? You're here because of the article.
Yeah? And what?
It's very well written. Is it true about the beast?
Sure it is. Every single word. The public has to know what's going on, although the police are blind.
Yeah, you're right. And when did it happen? 2 nights ago?
The date's there.
I was at the cemetery that night. It must have happened right after I left.
You should be glad you're here. These bars might stop him.
Who?
The white beast, who else? He's hungry as hell. If you were there, he knows it, and he's gonna get you. He'll sniff you out, trust me.
Not me.
Really? The whole police force is on alert, and the detective who was here doesn't leave the site either. Nobody can stop the white beast. Trust me.
That's why nobody's questioning me. The police have other worries right now. Okay then. But how can I use the situation to my advantage? I was there that night, and I know something the police have no idea about. Maybe I could negotiate a shorter sentence with them. Now I just have to find out the detective's name.
Kim lub czym jest biała bestia?
Hey, what's the name of the detective who questioned you? The one who's investigating the case?
I don't know, actually. He's new, but he didn't tell me his name, or I missed it.
Oh, I see. Thanks. I need to talk to the detective, but how am I supposed to tell the officer who to call when I don't even know his name? Excuse me, officer.
What is it this time?
In the newspaper, there's an article about what happened at the cemetery. I need to talk to the detective who's working on this case, but I don't know his name.
That's probably Detective Briscoe. Why do you want to talk to him?
Don't get me wrong, officer, but this is confidential. I'll only tell him.
That's not possible. I have to consider the matter first.
I won't tell you anything. And I guess the detective won't be happy to find out that you held back important information.
I'll call him. He's not here. I left him a message.
Pity.
You should be glad I have such goodwill. Now, be on with you.
I don't trust these kind of messages. I can't even be sure he really looked for the detective. I need to make sure Briscoe knows about it.
Ale w jaki sposób mam poinformować detektywa, że chcę z nim porozmawiać? Z drugiej strony, gdyby udało się przekonać pracownika drukarni, że to on chce rozmawiać z detektywem, to wtedy na pewno funkcjonariusz policji byłby bardziej przychylny do tego, żeby tutaj przysłać detektywa.
Look, could you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Look, I'm sure they'll let you out tomorrow. Go find Detective Briscoe. I have to talk to him.
I think you're making a mistake by getting involved.
I thought you said the public must know the truth. This is the first time in my life the truth can help me achieve something, so I don't want to miss it. Do you understand?
As you wish, but I warned you.
That's it. I can't do anything more than that. I'll catch a quick nap while I'm waiting to see how this turns out. In the evening, they took the printer away and he didn't come back. He's my only chance now. It's only my second night here, but I already hate this place. I'll go mad if I don't get out soon. Damn. What if the printer didn't lie? That nonsense. I'm going crazy because of the long wait.
Prycza.
I won't fall asleep now. If he really comes for me, I'll have nowhere to hide in here.
Dobra, ale czy faktycznie ta biała bestia, o której była mowa, to jest zwierzę? Czy może nazywają tak jakiegoś seryjnego mordercę?
Oh, no way. It won't move.
Z kibelka skorzystać nie mogę. Mogę za to zapukać do drzwi.
Hey! Can anybody hear me? Open the door.
Why are you shouting?
Officer, thank God.
Don't you know what time it is? Midnight. Lie down and sleep.
I have to talk to the detective. It's important.
Briscoe shut himself in his office an hour ago, and he doesn't want to talk to anyone. I wouldn't be surprised if he shot himself after what's happened. You're not going to disturb him right now, is that clear?
Yeah, but by then it might be too late.
Tomorrow is another day. Now lie down and sleep or you'll feel my truncheon.
They let me die just like that. I wish they'd all shoot themselves dead. I hate policemen.
Czyli nici, żeby porozmawiać z Briscoe'em w tym momencie.
Nobody cares about me. I'll just lie down. Who'll care if the bastard devours me? I hope it'll be really bloody, so everyone will vomit when they see my remains. Maybe there'll be someone feeling sorry for me. But I don't give a damn.
Coś mi się wydaje, że my też pomalutku popadamy w jakąś paranoję.
Get up. Somebody wants to talk to you.
Who is it?
Never you mind. I have to take you to interrogation. You'll get handcuffs, so don't try to do anything stupid.
I don't understand it either, Chief Inspector. It all happened so quickly. No, I am all right. I only have a bump on my head. But I don't think the journalist did it. I know how it looks, but if he'd done it, he wouldn't have let me live. Yes, I understand. I'll find him. You can count on that. He must explain many things that could help us. I'm aware of that, and therefore I'm not going to disappoint you, sir. Right now, I'm going to question another witness. A man named Timothy Moore. I'll keep you well informed, sir. To put it in your own words, you won't have to read it in the newspapers. Goodbye. Enter.
Prisoner Timothy Moore at your command, sir.
Send him here. Take his handcuffs off and wait at the door. Please, sit down.
I'd prefer to stand if you don't mind. You know, I've been sitting for quite a long time now.
All right, as you wish. I'm not going to waste my time. So, what did you want to tell me?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know whether we can make a deal.
I don't negotiate with people like you.
Maybe not under normal circumstances, but now you don't have any other option. So, if the information I have will help you, I want a shorter sentence.
Is that what you want? All right. I promise I'll put in a good word for you with the judge. I can't promise anything more.
Okay, I'll trust you. I'll tell you exactly how everything happened. You'll learn why I went to the cemetery that night and what I saw there.
What a nice fairy tale. Can you prove it somehow?
My friend Brian is imprisoned here too. Ask him about Adieu Jack. He knows where you should look for him.
So you think that this Jack is behind all this? Why is he called Adieu?
I have no idea, but he was there with his gang. I'd heard him in the pub before, and then Brian and I ran away from him. I dragged the bench to the wall so I could climb over it.
Ah, that bench. That makes sense. May I see your shoes? Extraordinary. Your soles match one of my plaster casts. So you really were there?
I'm not lying, Detective. I'm really telling you the truth. I swear on my life.
All right. I will try to find this Jack. You can go back to your cell now.
Don't forget what you promised me.
Officer, escort the prisoner back to his cell. I don't need him anymore. Get up. I need to talk to you.
Oh, do you want me to have a heart attack, Detective?
Calm down. We have Adieu, Jack. Your accomplice cooperates with us willingly, too, but we now need a favor from both of you.
Go on.
Jack doesn't want to speak. We can't get a single word out of him. I want you to find out what happened at the cemetery after you ran away.
And how should I do that? Did you see the size of him?
Your transport to the prison will be here in an hour. You will all be together. You, Brian, and Jack. You will share the cell, so you'll have plenty of time to make him trust you. I'll come to see you tomorrow around noon. By that time, you should already know something.
Hopefully. But do you really think we should go out in this weather?
Yes, I do. And don't you dare do anything stupid. My entire career rests on you. I have no other choice. But as a reward, I can help to reduce your sentence. That is the only thing I can offer.
I accept, Detective.
They'll be here in an hour, so get ready. Enter. What do you want?
Bad news, sir. The prisoner's transport didn't arrive at the prison. We sent a patrol to find it, but they only found an empty coach. The prisoners have escaped.
What? When did it happen? How come I didn't know anything about this?
Chief Inspector Powell ordered so, sir. And one more thing, sir. The coachman and the guards were killed. They were strangled.
No. That cannot be true. So he already knows.
He will call you. I was instructed to tell you so that you can be ready for it, sir.
Thank you, officer. You can go now. So now it's all over. This is the end of my career.
It was horrible. 2 people had to die so that we could be free. I still can't get it out of my mind. Jack pretended to be in pain so the coachman stopped the coach. He killed him with his bare hands. I have no idea how he did it. After that, he took us to a place where we drank all night. At least I think so. I have a terrible headache. And I'm stiff. And the worst thing is that I don't have the slightest idea where I am. What is it now? Damn, this isn't funny. Help!
Shh! I'm trying to think.
Brian, what's up?
You can see it, can't you? Jack fooled us. He got us drunk and tied us up. It was hardly a difficult job.
But why did he do that?
I don't know, but if he comes back, I'll kill him, I promise.
No dobra, czyli Jack nas wystawił. Szczerze powiedziawszy, od początku uważałem, że to nie jest dobry pomysł, żebyśmy w trójkę byli zamknięci w powozie. Wiedziałem, że skończy się to niedobrze, ale nie sądziłem, że w taki sposób. Teoretycznie jesteśmy zamknięci w jakimś starym teatrze, związani i pewnie będziemy musieli się uwolnić. Ale moi drodzy, zrobimy to w kolejnym odcinku. Mam nadzieję, że ten wam się podobał. Dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!